Hello everyone, welcome to the live show of HealForce. This is Christina. I am responsible for exporting business. So I'm going to introduce you some business and some product that HealForce is currently doing. We are manufacturing. So as for this very special circumstance, as you know, we are not able to visit our customer, and the customer is not able to visit us as well. So we are thinking about to have this a live show for to have a more vivid version for all of our customers. And now I'm going to have a little introduction of our company. Hello again. Sorry about the cutting. Let's just continue all the introduction of our company. As you could see, this is a little brief introduction. HealForce Biomedical Holding Limited is a leading developer, manufacturer, and marketer of medical device and software, professional laboratory equipment, as well as home care products, headquarters in Hong Kong. HealForce has more than 1,000 employees globally after nearly 30 years successive development. The company's product portfolio covers applications in the field of operating room, intensive care unit, clinical laboratory, and as you may see the first conversation, as you may heard of it, that there's sometimes you're signing the contract or even having the name is not by HealForce, it's by Nice Instrument and also or HealForce International. Please note that they are all belongs to HealForce Group because we are a group company. So also you might heard of Jingle and other company name. Please note that they are all belongs to us, not separate company. And let's continue. As you can see, Nice Instrument Limited is a whole-owned subsidiary company of HealForce Group, acting as a marketing and service firm. There are over offices and service centers in China, covers different medical institutes. With a global market vision, we have exported our product to 100 countries. As for this, I have to mention that we have been doing trading since 2003. So our products basically cover the whole of the countries. So we're thinking about to distributing and to cooperate with our dealers all over the world. So if you're interested, you could contact us anytime. And as we just mentioned that we not only the lab instrument, we also have medical devices and home care products. Let's take a quick view of our other product. As you can see, this is a OR product for OR. Let's just have a look. Yes, a quick look for it. You definitely know this product if you're doing any hospital product. And let's take a look. This is the another sample room for our OR product. Let's have a quick look. But for today, we mainly focus on the laboratory instrument. So this is just for a reference. Just letting you know that we also have this kind of product as well. Let's take a look for this side. This is still for ICU as well, but for some infant incubator and something like that. You definitely know these as well. And also we do have home care products like a fingertip oximeter, but those products are on the outside of the room, so not able to show you. But we definitely did online show for the home care product as well. So if you are interested, you could have visit for our previous online show as well. And here is our laboratory instrument section. As you can see, let's have a quick view as well. This is thermocycler. That is Trident, and this is thermocycler as well. This is RealTime PCR, and here is the incubator. We have air jacket and a water jacket type. So I'm going to introduce you. This is laminar flow cabinet, biosafety cabinet, and cytotoxin cabinet. Here is some of the rotors for our centrifuge for showing you. And these are all the centrifuges. Our centrifuges are all high volume and high speed centrifuge. They're all enough for the laboratory and for hospitals. And also here is the water purification. I'm going to introduce you later. And for that, you could see is our freezers. For freezers, you definitely know that it is kind of hot selling because of you need to storage for the vaccine of Pfizer and such as Moderna, Pfizer, you're gonna need to minus 86 degrees of the medical freezers. So if you have some inquiry for that, please let me know. So I'm going to introduce you the first product is our water purification system, as you could see here. And also the stand type I just mentioned. Let's come closer to have a small quick view. Sorry. Yes, as you can see, we have green, blue, and also orange, which is for different kind of series. For our water purification system, we're thinking about to cover as many application fields as we could. So yes, we did that. We could cover over 62 application fields, including type 1, type 2, type 3, and also our productivity, like production rate, could from 15 liters per hour to 1,000 liters per hour for those stand type I'm going to introduce you later. So let's take a quick view. This is our, yes, and this is our water tank. This is the dispenser. And please, if you do have any questions, you could let me know anytime. And there's so many models for our series. So I'm going to introduce you the very one typical type, which would be Smart Plus NET. If you take a look of our catalog, you would know that it is for the orange type. It will look like an orange, like this. As we are really hard to like open the machine and let you take a look of the inside because we have a limited time of the online show. So I'm going to present you for the whole picture to let you know how it works inside actually. So you would have a more vivid image in your head. So let's take a look. The first one is as the water go inside, like the tap water. So it will goes into the pretreatment mode. You definitely heard of it. So in this mode, you could remove some of the bacteria inside and also some big. Oh, I'm going to show you later in that we have a sample for the pretreatment mode for there. I'm going to introduce you. So as you can see, after the pretreatment mode, it will goes to the burst pump, and the pump will suck the water from here and it goes into the RO mode, which you would know that it will remove some dissolving salt inside. And next one, it will goes into the EDI mode. As you could see, this we will show you in the stand type water purification system. You could have a look. And this EDI mode is designed by ourselves, and we do have intellectual property rights for this product. And as you can see, after the EDI, it will goes into the water tank. So for the water tank, we could take a look further here. So for the stand type, we could have 30 liters or 60 liters for the water tank. But also for the stand type, we also have those stainless steel water tank for over 1,000 or 2,000 liters. Very huge for the stent type, because some of the customers, even from hospital, they will need a huge quantity for usage. And after the water tank, as I just mentioned, it will go into the dual wave UV cartridge for disinfect the water again. And after that, the water will go into the dispenser. So why are we having a dispenser here? Because after the water goes through this, it will be type 2 water. And if the water goes from after the RO mode, it will be the type 3 water, as you know, RO water. And after the type 2 water, you would know that it will goes into the ultra purification mode and ultra filtration cartridge, so that the water's conductivity could from 15 to 18.2, and also remove the endotoxin from the water. As you know, it is very essential for an experiment. And after that, the water will goes into our remote water dispenser here. So after all this process, it will become type 1 water. Let's take a look of the dispenser we are having. As you could see, it is very light. Even for me, I could hold it with one hand and carry it everywhere without feeling tired. We're thinking about there are some customers, they are having the water purification here, right? But also you have experiment somewhere else. So you could carry it everywhere whenever your experiment is, and take the water here, and you can use it everywhere. So it's very convenient for the daily usage. And also for our Smart Plus series, we would take a closer look here. We would have a panel for showing you the TOC and every other data you need to know. Yes, from here. So as you could see, let's back to our machine. As you know, you might thinking about, does this water I can buy to my house and drink it? I'm sorry, this would not able to have it. So you could have it for type 1 water, usually is for gas chromatography. And also for type 2 water, you would definitely using buffer solution. And also for type 3 water, usually you could use in some aquariums. Yes, like beautiful aquariums with those fishes in there. And also we could have in animal feeding, but it's definitely not for those animals in the zoo, but it's for those animals for your experiment. You don't want other bacteria or other, I'm sorry, there's some words I'm not allowed to say because of the online shows rule. So other things to affect your experiments. So you're going to need to feed those animals by type 3 water. Yes. And hold on 1 minute. I'm going to show you the filters we are having. Let's have a look. Let's take a look. As you could see, this is pre-treatment mode. Let's take a closer look. Pre-treatment mode. Pre-treatment, as you could see, by Heal Force. And multi-purification cartridge. Ultra purification cartridge, as I just mentioned. These are all designed and manufactured by us own. And for this pre-treatment mode, as though you could not able to open it and take a look, but actually those are carbon and also the PP carton inside. So some of the company you might heard of that they're using the PP carton by the whole one is 5 μm or 10 μm for the whole one. So if you're using the 5 mm, definitely the use life is not going too long. And if you're using the 10 mm, it is the filters are not going to have a high precision. So in this case, we're thinking about to design it as half 5 mm and another half is 10 mm. So that it not only have a longer usage life, but also you could have a high filter precision. And let's take a look for the water purification system as the stand type. Yes, very large. Those are for those customers, they might have, hello, dear friend from, yes, you want to get the product catalog? No problem. Our colleague will send you catalog right away. And let's continue. And dear friend, if you do have any questions, you are mostly welcome to leave your question in comment and we will solve for you right away. And let's continue for the water purification system. As you can see, very large. These are for some research center or some hospitals. They have a really large usage in their daily life. So as you can see, this is the pretreatment mode I was mentioned. Very large for the huge one, right? And after the water goes from the pretreatment mode, it will goes into the RO mode inside. RO mode inside, not able to see it. And after that, it will goes into the ultra purification cartridge and become the type 1 water at the end. And as you can see, this is our EDI mode inside this one, designed and manufactured by ourselves. And this is the water tank. We're building for our large stand type water purification system. We have a built-in 315 liters of the water tank. And also, as I just mentioned, if you think this is not enough, we could additionally customize the 1,000 or 2,000 liters stainless steel water tank for your daily usage. And let's take a closer look for the panel here. As you could see, it is showing that, although it is in Chinese, but for exporting, we will customize in English for you. As you can see, this is showing that it is producing right now, producing the water. You will see a lot of data on it, including the dissolving salt and the temperature, the volume, and also the quality of the water. This is for the usage life for the all the filters inside, so you would know when you need to change all the filters. Okay, and this is a smaller version. The pen is the same, and it is locked, so not able to open it, but you could take a look. Okay, so let's continue. This is the water purification system, and there's something I need to mention is that for some cities, take China for instance, we are having the for northern cities, they are having a really high hardness of the water. So we will have a water softener additionally for you to have a softer water. And also for some customers, where their research center or their hospitals, at that area of around their place, they might have a really dirty water, even they have dirt inside, the real dirt. So for that, we will have a strengthened pretreatment mode. It's additional, not like the pretreatment mode I mentioned inside. It's for additional, another machine, so that you will protect all the filters inside. Yes. And that is all I wanted to tell you about our water purification system. And let's take a look for the incubators. So these are all of our carbon dioxide incubators. Yes, we have air jacket for the first 5 machine is air jacket, and the last one is water jacket. So let's take a look for one by one. The first one is HF100. So you definitely need to carbon dioxide of the incubator, right? But also you need triogas. We could customize for you for the low oxygen version or high oxygen versions for the triogas incubator. But definitely for most of the customers, they only need low oxygen, I'm sorry. As we just opened this machine, you could see that there is a main glass door here. Yes. First of all, we will have a whole piece of the main glass, and after we open it, it will have 3 inner glass inside separate. So for the usage of this, because we wanted to minimize the pollution, and also like you just wanted to take the first one, right? But if there is a whole piece of the glass, you open it, the whole humidity and the temperature will goes out, right? But if you're having the 3 separate glass, it will minimize the waste and the loss of the temperature and humidity and also the gas. Let's take a closer look. It is really warm inside. And let's take a closer look. As you can see, this panel, I can take it out. I can take it out and put it in. And also we have a little design of this product is that you're not able, you can see, it is not able to, like if you're having samples here, let me take one for instance. You're having a sample here, right? You put it here, and if, there's some accident happened, you just drop it. It's not able to drop it, so that you would protect all the samples here, so that your experiment won't be a waste. Let's just put it here, and all of these 3 could be slide out and not tilting, as you can see. It proves the tilting. And let's take a closer look. So you can see there is a hooker for each column. So you're thinking about, these 3 are not enough. No problem. You could add another addition hooker here for adding more panels inside. And for this one, we're having the disinfect by the 19 degrees moist disinfect. And as you know, for a incubator, what's the essential data for a incubator is that you will protect and recover the humidity and the temperature as soon as possible, and also have the uniformity for all the gas, for carbon dioxide, and so that you will have a better research result. So in this case, for the humidity part and the temperature, we're adding the blowers inside, as you can see, the blower. So when we close all the doors, I'm going to show you later, the blower will start to run automatically, and it will make the whole to have a better uniformity for the humidity and the temperature. And also, here is our special design of the reservoir. As you can see, it has a little angle, but not able to see clear in the online show, but it has a little angle, and you don't need to put any panels inside. You just put the water in this reservoir directly. So that we're thinking about if you put a panel inside, it would be just this size, right? The uniformity won't be enough for the whole room. So if you just put inside the water directly, and with our blower, this whole humidity will have a better uniformity. And yes. And also, we're having the alarm here. This is an alarm. the usage of this alarm is that, hello Jeff, good evening, good morning or good evening to you. If you do have any question, you're mostly welcome to leave any comment. And here is the alarm I just mentioned. If the water is not enough, like you would have less water during the experiment, right? And if the water is less than the alarm, it will telling you, will have the alarm sound to let you know to add more waters inside. And as you can see, there's a little white button here, right? This one, you could add, you could press, sorry. So if I close the door, right? I close it. It will, you see, it will press automatically. So you won't able to forget, oh, I forgot to open the blower. That won't happen. You just close it. You see the blower is already start to run, but you might not able to see that clear in the a live show, but it is running now, as you can see. Yes. Okay, let's close it. That's for the HF100. And the volume for this is 212 liters. And this is for our 240, and this is the 90. And for these two, we are disinfect by the 90 degrees moist disinfect, as you can see. So for this one, as you can see, we could slide out, slide in, and no tilting as well. Even if you take out, prevent the tilting, you see. And for this type, we could customize if you're thinking you don't like this one, or this one is not that suitable for your experiment. We could customize into the six layers. There's one in the middle, and there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. And there is one function I really need to introduce to you guys, is that, as you can see for this panel, we're having the auto start function. So what is the auto start function? Is that for some customers, they have when they daily use it, they might customize all the temperature or something else for the experiment, right? But there is some time that they forgot they need to reset because the whole is mixed. So you just press the auto start. It will, all the data will back to originally we set for you, so that you don't need a manual or something to adjust all the machine. That will be a lot of work. So with this auto start function, we are saving the time and energy for experiment and your daily use. It is very important for a customer. And as you can see, there's this is HF90, and the liters, the volume for this type is 212 liters. And as you can see, there is an alarm for the over temperature because the temperature is too high. It will let you know. Light and sound, as you can see. And if the door, sometimes you just open, although our is very tight, as you can see. So if the door is like you close, but not close fully, right? You can see it is not closed. So the door open will telling you that to mention, to alarm you to close the door. Otherwise, the other gas and humidity will goes out. So you can see we're designing the main door and 3 inner glass door for this product as well. Yes, and for those holes are for if you wanted to add for another product inside, we could able to customize for you as well. Yes. So the function is basically the same like HF100, but the same reservoir, but we don't have alarm for this product. So you could see. And here is another HF212 and HF151. The volume will be the same like this number for these two. And these two are disinfected by the, let me show you, UV light. As you can see, the name contains, actually the name contains a UV inside. So as you can see, this is the UV light. Let's take a closer look. This is the UV light for disinfect. Dear customer, if you do have any questions, please let me know. And you're mostly welcome to contact us for by email and something else. Yes. And as you can see, if you do have any emergency situation or alarm, we will show on here too. And if you're running the auto start function now, it will light on and let you know that it is adjust right now. And the temperature will show into here to let you know what is the temperature right now for the incubator, so that you would able to know if it's the right temperature for you to put your samples inside. Yes. Let's have a quick look for this one. This have a smaller volume compared to that one. So, and this is the water jacket. As you know, what is the, let's take a closer look. So what is the difference between like water jacket or air jacket? For water jacket, there is sometimes for like the electricity is run out or cut down just out of nowhere. So the water jacket, it will still no power, but the water could preserve the temperature for a longer time for your experiment. So it is definitely essential for that as well. And for this, we are disinfected by the HEPA filter. As you can see, this is the HEPA filter. Yeah, for this one. So if you're starting to run it will starting to run, and preventing any germs or bacteria goes inside. Okay. And that is the main idea, main character of all of our carbon dioxide. If you do have any question, you are most welcome to leave comment. And please check our next product we're having is the real-time PCR and thermal cycler. These are what we're going to introduce you. Let's take the first look for the real-time PCR. So it is in hot selling as well, because as you know, for the real-time, for the very, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say that word too because of the rules of the online show. So because of the bacteria situation, you know what it is. For this situation, we're going to need the real-time PCR to test if you're having the illness or not. I'm sorry. For our real-time PCR, as you can see, take a closer look. This is the lock, as you can see. If this is unlock, see, unlock, and this is the lock. So if you close and turn right, it will lock. As you can see, not able to move now, right? So if you open, well, it is the 96 wells of our product. So for every test, you could able to get 93 tests per time running. And also, if you are having a very huge quantity for testing, you could have a mixed test, like for five samples in each wells, five samples. So you would get over 400 samples test in one time. As you can see, this is the gold wells gold plating. So in this case, the temperature could have a better uniformity. Like for some customers, their temperature is not have a better uniformity, and the test would have a different test for each wells. So it won't happen on our machine. And also, normally we're having the 4 channels, but also we could customize 5 channels too. For all of our customers, for hospitals or research center to test out, 4 channels is definitely enough for experiment or testing. But if you're doing the further development and research, you're definitely going to need 5 channels. We could customize for you as well. So for this machine, we're having the open system. As you know, we could apply it for as many customers as we could. So we're designing the open system for all the open kit could use on our machine, because exporting, right? Your target to so many different countries, hospital and research center. You don't know what kind of kits they are using. So with open system, you could solve this problem. And you might wondering, what's the usage time for each test, right? For different kind of kits, like a nucleic acid testing kit, we're having the different kind of time. So the usage time is totally depend on the machine rather than depending the time is more depending on the kit rather than depending on the machine. So with different kind of kit, the time will be different. And as you know, for some customers, they don't have a lab, they don't have nothing, but they need to test if they have the bacteria. So we could offer the whole solution. We could have a lab testing for the whole solution with nucleic acid detection and extraction machine, and also a biosafety cabinet in the whole solution. So if you do have inquiry for that, please let me know. We will send you some pictures for your reference. It is customized by a containers, you know, those 40 container. You definitely heard of it if you need to exporting product. And here is 2 videos I'm going to show you, which is for the real-time PCR's operation and installation. Let's take a look. Hello, Mr. William. Yes, if you need a catalog, you could contact and we will let you know. Dear William, if you do need a catalog, you can contact me at Christina@healforce.com. This is my email. Christina, which is CHRISTINA @healforce.com. This is the installation part for the real-time PCR. So for the strategy of HealForce, the main idea we're thinking about it is to cooperate with local distributor of each country. With cooperation of local distributor for all the service of product will definitely better. So if you're a local distributor and you're interested in our product, please let us know. And if you have any questions or advice for all the above product, leave a comment or contact us. Thank you. For the real-time PCR, we are using the Purification technology. If you're doing a lot of bidding, you would know it is important in a bidding file. A lot of customers mention it. Okay, this is one of the videos. I'm going to show you the next one, which is how you're going to operate the software. Yes. Sorry about the Purification technology. So you're thinking about what is the Purification? I do have met a lot of this case, but I don't know what is that. Purification technology, it is you could have a better temperature uniformity for the plating, so that therefore some customers, they don't have a better temperature. The temperature is different for the corner or on the center of the plate. So with the Purification technology, you don't need to worry about that kind of problem. Hello, Andres. Nice to meet you there. If you have any question, please let us know. This is HealForce. We are doing a lab instrument, a live show. We're doing the operation for real-time PCR's video now. It is telling you how to operate the real-time PCR. And good evening to you as well. If you're interested in this video, you could contact us. We could send you, because they might have some not clear image from the live show. That is all. Okay, that is all I'm going to introduce you about the real-time PCR. Let's take another look for the thermocycler. As you could see, for the thermocyclers, we're designing for like customers from hospitals, research center, high school students in university, college, or even customers from custom. Yes, because they need to experiment some chemical product as well, so they need thermocycler to help them. And for within the district of China, we have distributing a lot of these machines to local hospitals, research center, and also customs. They're using our machine as well. So if you're interested, like we're from other countries, we don't know if our machine could fit for our local situation. No need to worry about this. If you're interested, I could send you some cases, some reference for our trading cases as well. As you could see, let's take a closer look. When you open it, you need to pull and open it. Oh, very warm, as I can feel it. As you can see, this is a gold plating as well. Gold plating. So like the last one, it will have a better temperature, uniformity, and something else you would know. And this is the samples we're putting here. So we're having ABCD4 platform here, but this is the C format we're using. For the C format is our very classical one, because it could target it for most of our customers, which the wells have 96 of 0.2 ml and 77 wells of 0.5 wells. So there's also a problem which commonly happen for our customer is their samples evaporation. So you don't want that to happen in your experiment, right? So we're having the hot lid technology. As you could see here, it is inside. You're not able to see it very well. But when you're using the machine, not only the machine itself will heating, but also the lid, it will heating for experiment. So it will give a hot pressure down there, so the evaporation won't be that much. And as you could see, for different kind of wells you need to use, we will have a different option for that. 384, 0.2, and 0.1, 0.5. And yes, we do have a format for 384 format for 84 wells. Okay, and this is the system we're using, Windows CE, very easy and flexible. Okay, this is the set. You could set the time here, set the time and temperature, the rising temperature and the lowering temperature, speed rate. And you could, after all the setting, you could just save. And this is although these are all in Chinese, but we will customize in English version for you. This is the setting for hot lid. As you can see, there's few columns here. So you could set when you need the hot lid on just for your experiment. Like you need the hot lid to close, and you need the hot lid to turn on while once we open the machine. You want the hot lid to open with the system together, something like that. And also after all the setting, you could just save. And as you could see, For our PCR, we are gradient. Gradient, as you can see, you could set the start temperature and end temperature, so it will customize the temperature for each column. So each column will have a different temperature for you. So you would know for experiment which temperature is the best one to have a start and to the end. And here is some data saving. It save a lot of data inside, as you can see. It tells you how many times you're running, and you could save some, give a name for your files to let you know which experiment or some details. And also you could have take a look at the saving time as well. And we do have a reservation as well. So for the reservation function, like you're going to work on, let's say 9 o'clock, right? But you need this machine to run first. So you could set a time, the machine will start to run, to saving you a lot of time. And as you can see, there's a port for you to take out all the data, you storage in. Yes. And as you could see, this is our Trident thermal cycler. It is the same thing, same function, but for targeted different kind of customers and experiments. Like such as you have the same experiment, but same test. You need to run in different condition. You're adding the different solution inside of the experiment. So you could set them in 3 different kind of, let's take a look, different format to help you do your development, as you can see. And also it could be used by 3 different kind of people for their different research. So it will save time for a lot of people, for 3 of the people, right? As you can see, you just have a very huge and colorful panel, very beautiful of the image. You could just click it, it will open. And also you could customize your files. You could set a experiment name, and you're having this experiment regularly. You could just run it, very easy. And this is the setting, as you can see. This is the temperature curve. Once, as we are not running right now, the temperature will stay here. But once you're starting to run, it will show you the different temperature data. As you can see, the green one is for first one, blue is for second, and the third one is in dark blue. See, if you are setting any kind of other data, we will tell you the management password. You could set it by yourself, or our local dealer could help you to set the time as well. And that is the whole machine. If you're interested, you could contact us. We will send you the catalog. And there's one thing that I actually didn't introduce you guys all, is that, let's take a look. You might be thinking about, you do have a lot of product, but how do I know the quality of the product? You could see all the medals here. This is all the certifications and authorities we're winning. You can see this, a lot of reward. Q-Force, actually the very first product we manufacture is biosafety cabinet. Not only that, we're actually one of the very first manufacturers who started development and doing the research for biosafety cabinet. So we have NSF 49 for our product, also ISO 9001, ISO 13485, and also you could see also these medals and rewards are all in Chinese, but definitely this is a huge proof for our product. As you could see, So back to our laboratory room, laboratory instrument. As you can see, there's a lot of instruments. We haven't able to introduce you to all the friend here, but we do have other online show. If you're interested, you could check the previous online show. And also, if you're like, I don't want to see the online show, I just want to see the catalog, no problem. Please contact us. We will send you the catalogs. And if you do have any details you wanted to know, contact us by phone number or by catalogs. Both are okay. This is the biosafety cabinet I just mentioned. And we do have a previous view for this product as well. Yes. Just filming you for some experiment, for your reference. This is the Lamina flow cabinet. And also the cytotoxin cabinet as well. If you're thinking about what's the difference, they basically look the same. We could send you the catalogs and let you know. And there's customers, they wondering what's the price and what's the minimum pieces for each of the product. So we could even sell just for one piece, one set for the machine. And also customers are thinking about, okay, you mentioned you do have a dealer. You are exporting the dealers for every country. Do we have a different kind of philosophy or strategy for our dealers? Yes. For our dealers, we're thinking about to offer the best service as we can for the product. And as this machine I just mentioned, if you do have any inquiry, please let us know, because they're in daily use and we're having a very huge production in these days. So if you need a huge quantity, please let us know in head. And that is all, dear friend. Thank you all for the live show of HealForce. This is Christina. I'm responsible for exporting business, and I will be honored to offer my best service